everybody coming in. Let's go ahead and drop the link. We turn off the music. Hopefully you all can hear and everything's okay. I didn't put my headphones on. All right. Okay, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Happy Saturday evening to you, wherever you are. For anybody new here, please allow me to introduce myself to you. Hi, I am Maggie, and tonight we're trying something new. We're calling it Ask Me Anything. You can call it Ask Maggie. You can call it Ask That Old Lady, Auntie. I don't know. But there's been a lot going on, and I do have 3 YouTube channels, and I've been trying to manage all of them separately. But you know what? I'm old, and they're starting to blend together. So a little bit about me. I'm a boy mom and a home cooker. So I do have a YouTube cooking channel, been on a health and wellness journey, but I love to eat and cook. Clearly, I'm greedy. And then I've also been on an etiquette and elegance journey because as a boy mom who works in corporate America in a masculine environment, for me, it's important to maintain my softness. And so I've done a lot of work to study how to refine. I'm not perfect. I'm still a student, but we could talk about that. And then I also have a relationship channel that went a little bit off the rails last night. You might have seen some viral clips about me. So I just figured, you know what? I have been doing consults and people have been paying for my time, but I figured I'd just open it up. And okay, you all can ask me anything. So Aiken, I see your question. So here's how we're going to do it. I'll take roll. This is the first time. You all can give me some feedback. Let me know what you think about this format. I have dropped the link. So no monologues, no nothing. So like I said, you can ask me anything about my 3 channels: cooking, etiquette, relationships. I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I don't know. I am not a professional. I am not a doctor, but I do have life experience, and I've been through some things. So if an older lady's perspective would be helpful, fine. Who do we have here? Ron Alexander. Okay. I wanted to start with you because I missed your question yesterday. If you want to type it in the chat, and y'all can ask your questions in the chat. You don't have to cam up. If you do want to speak to me, then you can click the link and we'll just do voice only. So you don't have to be on camera. All right. So let's take attendance. Who do we have? Hello, Dr. Terry. Let's see Instagram. So Dr. Terry or Dre Terry, sorry, Aiken. Hello, Walidi and Sacred Boxing. Thank you all so much for being here. I don't plan to share my screen unless y'all want me to respond to like one of my viral videos or something. I can do that. Who else do we have over here on TikTok? Nurse Lexi. I'm getting used to TikTok, y'all. They pop up and then they go away. So yes, hi everyone. Hi. All right, so let's see who we have here. We have Mona. Thank you so much for being here, Mona. I've dropped the link for you all, or you can type your questions in the chat. Hello, Celine. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. Miss Strong is in the house. Hello, my dear. So proud of you and all of your growth. Hello, Shaping. Hello, Safara. Yes, thank you all for liking the live stream. Yes, Ron, let me know your question from yesterday, or I can pick it out on my phone. I did grab a screenshot. Celine wants to know. Okay, y'all, I'll just go in order. This is fun. So Celine wants to know, what was the most surprising thing about England when you went there? So you all know I was in England. I was in London last month for a week. I went to do some collabs, and I also did some sightseeing. And this is going to be a little bit lame, but when I, to answer your question, what was the most surprising thing? I'm not a city girl. Clearly, Maggie is not a city girl, but in the sense that I live in the suburbs, y'all. So I live in a cul-de-sac. I work from home. I have everything done at home, get my groceries delivered at home. So I don't really go out much unless I have to. So I'm spoiled. So the way we are in the South, it's like we drive everywhere. You got big old parking lots, lots of space. And being in the hustle and bustle of a big city was very, I won't say surprising because I should have expected it. I'm going to clean my glasses, y'all. I should have expected it, but just having to Uber everywhere. I was in an Airbnb, fourth floor with no elevator, just the small space and the efficiency of how a city moves with the, transportation and all of that. I would say that was probably the most surprising thing, but I have been to London before, and I would love to go back. But yeah, I would say just the fast pace because I know y'all say I don't look it, but I'll be half 100. I'll be 48 this year, so we're getting on up there. But thank you for the question, Celine. Hello, Stella, my dear. Celine says, you're not old, you're limited time only. I've never heard of that. I'm limited time. Does that mean I'm going to expire? I'm going to have a beverage, you all. I'm drinking my black cherry sparkling water, and I do have a nice glass with a lemon. So I'm going to hydrate while we chat tonight. Ron says hi there as well. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Erin Laura. Thank you so much for reaching out, sweetheart. Look at Mona. Mona says, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat in front of your question. Aiken is capping. He says, I'm capping. Well, maybe, y'all. Look, I figure it out. Is that about my age? No, I'm old. So we answered Celine's question, so thank you, sweetheart. All right. Everybody's saying hello to each other. User says, so fancy. Am I fancy, y'all? I don't think I'm fancy. Saray, or is it Saray? She says, hello, I'm so thankful for your content. Thank you, my dear. My first time seeing you here, and I appreciate that. If you would, let me know specifically what you all like. I'll tell you a little bit about my channel. So I have 3 channels. Maggie, the substitute teacher. I live stream food related stuff every day there. So we did lemon bars and banana pancakes today. Teachable Moments with Maggie is twice a month. That's my etiquette and elegance journey, how I've learned to refine and get better. And then my relationship channel is once a week. All right. And all of the links are in the description. So if you all want to check out any of my other channels, they're in the description. And if you want to book a private session with me, you absolutely can. Hello, New Orleans hot sauce. All right, let's keep going. Thank you all for liking the live stream. Hello, Kim G. Thank you for being here. Hello, Kia G. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, Ron has a question. Hello, sir. And I'm sorry I missed this yesterday. Ron says, what advice would you give to a man who grew up with a masculine mother and no male role model and is now trying to learn how to be a man? Oh my goodness, that's heartbreaking. I'm so sorry. And Ron, if I remember, if you don't mind me saying, I think you're in your early 30s. So what advice would I give to a man who grew up with a masculine mother? So at this age, you are your own man, you are your own person. And this is something that I'm having to learn kind of the hard way. You all know that I'm a boy mom, amicably divorced from their father. And my oldest has gone to live with his dad. The boys don't get along. They're 13 and 15. And I broke up one fight and I said, no, y'all know I'm soft. I told you yesterday, memory foam, Maggie. I'm not built for that. And so it's really been an ego check for me because, as a mom, sometimes we think we know better. Sometimes we think we can direct, other people, even though they're our children. Now, I'm not masculine, but I do struggle sometimes with, just because I said so. And when you're a minor child, you have to follow along with what your parents say. I understand that. But as masculine as your mom is, was, or thought she could be, she's not a man. And I've had to learn that I'm not a man. And there's some things that, there's a lot of things, especially with boys and young men, that they can only get from their dads. But you said you have no real, if this is you, you have no male role model, you're going to have to seek one out. One of the things that we've done with the boys is that, of course, as parents, we think, okay, they'll come to us if they need things or have questions. But, sometimes you don't want to talk to your parents. And that's hard for me as a mom. So we put a circle around the boys of people that we trust that they can talk to, and giving them the assurance that it's a private conversation between you and them, whether it's an uncle or a coach or a youth group leader. But yeah, Ron, and I'm talking to you like it's you, you're going to have to seek out that male role model. Obviously, you've done well to come this far, but you're going to have to kind of put mom in her place, in the sense of, okay, she's raised you, she's done her best, and now the relationship has to change. She's not in charge of your life anymore. And so my advice would be, seek out the men that you admire. We can learn things from everybody, right? We can learn things to do and things not to do. And I am big on asking questions. Clearly, y'all know I don't know, I'll find out. So in my career, professionally, even personally, I've asked people, I'm interested in this, part of work. Could I shadow you? Or when I saw someone who had finally lost the weight, I asked her, what did she do? So like I say, closed mouths don't get fed. So you are going to have to ask, and love your mom. She did the best that she could, but keep her at her place, because in her place, because it's your life now. Hopefully that's helpful. Yes, y'all can click the link if you want to ask your questions live. You do not have to cam up. Hello, Hot Sauce and Nan Vibe. We'll do just voice only, but I hope that helped. Celine says, that sounds incredible and so much fun. Everybody's saying hello. Who do we have here? Jeff Moffitt, my first time seeing you. He says, good evening. Good evening, sir. Everybody's saying hello. Celine says, I drive everywhere too. I love having my license. Yeah, y'all. I mean, I just, city life is just very different, from suburbs, from country, but that's one of the great things about traveling. So if you all like to see where I am and what I'm doing, I will be going to Greece this summer. So if you subscribe to my Maggie the Substitute Teacher channel, I'll be letting you know what I'm eating, because clearly I'll be eating, and let you know what I'm sightseeing too. If you miss any of that, the London streams are still up. All right, y'all are talking. Jeff says, you enjoyed the Wives Club last night. Thank you. We had fun. They tried to get me a little, I was blushing. I'm African, it's hard to tell, but I was blushing. All right, Miss Strong says, how do you manage your time being a working mom, YouTuber, and the lady of a high-value man? Oh, my dear. Okay. Yes. I got a good one. He's wonderful. Okay. How do you manage your time? I do a lot, y'all. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's a lot, but I enjoy it. So that's the first thing. We all do what we like, right? And there are some things that I dread, and, we drag our feet. But I have made changes to support kind of where I am in my life. So before the pandemic, I used to work for a big company. I've been corporate since college, and, I had the 2-hour commute and clicking through the halls and long meetings and long days. And I just thought that was what life was. And the pandemic kind of set me down. And I found out how much I loved being home. I was happier, I was healthier, I was softer, and I was a better mom, and probably a better, girlfriend, if you will. And for me, it was about making decisions, and it was a hard one. We'll take them one at a time. So for work, I remember when they sent us home, and it was like, okay, we're going to try this for 2 weeks, right? And then we'll all be back in the office. So I just thought I was going back into the office. And then you all know 2 weeks turned into 2 years. And I remember when things started to open back up, starting to apply for positions, back in the office. This is before my YouTube channel and everything. And I remember my guy was like, you seem so much happier at home. Are you sure you want to go back to all that stress and ripping and running and all that? And I was just like, I remember thinking, is he trying to keep me barefoot and unpregnant? But I really had to think about that and think about what's best in the long run. And I've done my 20 years at corporate, and, I don't want to do 20 more. There's a whole story behind this, but a software company found me on LinkedIn, and with all my wrestling through everything, they called me and they said, well, we have one question for you. What would you say to 100% remote even after the pandemic? And I was like, is that a thing? And so that just kind of started the me being home. So the first part of that question is working from home or working the type of job where it's not stressful for you. I live in the suburbs. I was working in the city. I can't go back to doing that. So being a working mom. Now the mom part, you all know these kids. The boys are 13 and 15, so they're in high school now. So I'm able to do a lot more of what I want to do because I've taught the boys how to cook, even though I cook all the time. I've taught the boys how to do laundry. They know, do they always do it? No, but they know how to be self-sufficient. One is in a sport, one is in, other activities. So if you have little kids, it's harder. I remember when the boys were little, there was like a 5-year period. I didn't know what was on TV. I didn't know what was going on. I was running around and y'all know how it goes. So some things you just have to wait for. You might be able to have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. And then also their dad is great. I mean, I married my college boyfriend and was married for 10 years and I loved being married. But, I've shared with you all, I had a little bit of that modern mindset. So unfortunately, it ended in divorce. But I remember when we were splitting up, I was just like, these are your children. And there's nothing that I'm going to do that's going to get in the way of that. So even though on paper, he had like every other weekend, he got the boys every week. And I'm so glad that I did that because now that they're big as me and need to be away from each other, they're spending, my oldest pretty much lives there and comes to visit me. So long-winded version of having either a husband or a really good relationship with your ex-husband or, children's father. And at worst, I would say having a really good support system. My family is close by. Like I said, the boys are in activities. So it's not just on me because being a parent is hard. Being a single parent is extremely hard. I would not advise doing it on your own. Children need both parents. All right, YouTuber. So I'm a YouTuber. That is hilarious to me that I'm a YouTuber. How am I a YouTuber? But you all have heard the story. So I started with this cooking channel because y'all know I'm a proud student of lead attorney. And I heard him say, if you're over 35, y'all know I'm old. I got a Cash App. Y'all know the Cash Apps come to the front of the class. Thank you so much. Over here running my mouth. Thank you so much. $25 from Out Here Trucking. He says, for love and support. Keep going. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, y'all. I don't take it lightly. I ain't find $25 laying around. But, and this is in my course, and I know you have taken the course, Miss Strong. But when I heard lead attorney say, if you're over 35, start a YouTube channel because you have life experience. Oh, you like the lip color? It is Bovanti. I can't remember. I'll find it and I'll post it for you. But thank you. Do a YouTube channel with the type of content that you actually enjoy. I actually enjoy cooking. Clearly, I love to eat. And my channel started with me just making whatever I was eating for the day. And then I post a picture of it and people would say, did you make that? I'd say, yeah, I made that. And they would say, well, how did you make that? And so I would go in the comments and I would say, first I did this, then I did this, then I did this. And that was it. And then when I heard lead attorney, I was like, well, shoot, I'm already cooking all the time. Might as well turn on the camera and bring you all in with me. Right? So the cooking is not a chore for me because I really do this every day. This is who I am. And then the other channels kind of spawned off of, I would say things in my cooking stream, like, for example, if you want to be elegant, don't drink out of the can like a dude, right? Pour it into a glass and drink like a lady. I learned that in etiquette class. And then I would go on about whatever else I was doing and people would say, oh, you're taking etiquette classes? Tell me more. So I didn't want to mix that with the stuff that was cooking related. So I started the second channel about the etiquette and elegance stuff, and then the relationship stuff, and so on and so forth. But it just has to be something that you love, or at least like enough to be consistent, or you'll burn out. And then the lady of a high value man, the most important. Oh, goodness. We've been together a while. Going on 12 years now. So it's not new. He still gives me butterflies. I think he's incredible. But we've learned each other, and I have learned the hard way that I need to get on his program. And so he is very good about communicating clearly what he wants and what he doesn't like, what his expectations are. And I'm coachable and very agreeable. So I just kind of fit in as a support system because I'm not trying to do this until I'm 65. So if he's got a plan to set me down, I say, yes, sir. And I enjoy being the lady of a gentleman. Hopefully that answers your question. Hello, Out Here Trucking. Identity withheld says, what up, what up? Hello, welcome. All right, let's put the lemon inside. It's not working. All right, hello, everyone. Mona says, good question. Yes, thank you all for liking the live stream. Hello, Uncle Stu. Long time seeing you here. We're just doing an open Q&A. I'm no doctor. I'm no expert. Hello, Stolen Legacy. Yes, thank you all. All right. What else is going on? Let me just scroll here. Oh, yes. Uncle Stu says, give him my email. I will be glad to speak with him. Oh, are you talking about Ron Alexander? Please be specific, because I was pontificating. But I think Uncle Stu, one of the elders in our community, is offering some encouragement to you, Ron. Saray says, what can we do to help our younger generations of ladies to be feminine? Now, this one is near and dear to me. A true feminine woman, not what society defines it as. I don't know what society defines feminine as. There's a lot, y'all. I think what we can do to help younger generations of ladies, and this is something I'm very passionate about, is to let them know several things. Number one, it's okay to go against the grain. If y'all can't tell, I'm a late bloomer, right? You know, I married my college boyfriend, was married for 10 years, and since then been in a relationship for 12 years. You don't have to have a garden tool phase. And I get that because especially, you know, what's promoted and what's out there almost encourages us to move like men and compete like men, but we're very different from men. And I really think it's a beautiful thing. So I would say same thing like I told Ron, seek out what you like. I do that all the time. Even now, I have a mentor that I think of. To me, she's my like elder Michelle Obama. She's so graceful. And I just look at her and I'm like, oh God, how do you do it? But younger girls have to know that they are going to be the exception and not the rule. I grew up, you know, I'm not a head turner. I think I've aged well, but I'm not like that type of beauty. So I learned to work hard and to really earn what I have. And, you know, the feminine part for me is something that I've had to work at. And also letting them know that it is something that you can get better at. But if you want to be softer and feminine, you absolutely can. And if other people want to be, you know, rough and tumble, allow them to do that too. But yeah, so just encouraging them, letting them know that people are going to say things and it's okay. People are going to talk about you and it's okay. I actually like being different. But now I'm an adult saying that it is harder when you're younger. But yes. Share content that promotes that, you know, including mine or anybody else. I do have a Patreon for anyone who's interested in my etiquette and elegance stuff. I think it's $1, or there's a $5 version. You get my free, my cookbook for free. You can go find Maggie, the substitute teacher there. And I'm always posting things that I come across that promote femininity because it's important to me. And yes, a course will be coming because a lot of you all have mentioned that. Hopefully I answered the question. All right, everyone, just saying hello. Hello, blushing bashfully. Stolen Legacy says, what is the exception in the rule? Okay, so sorry, to be clear. So the rule is the majority and the exception is the minority. So think 80-20. So with the femininity stuff, you're probably going to be like 95% is going to be anti that, but you got to be okay being that 5% that is going to be feminine. And just let people do what they do. It is not our job to change people. Trust me, I learned that one the hard way too. Lou Casely says, good evening, maestra, and my scholar brothers and sisters. Yes, hello, Lou Casely. Also has a channel. She talks about femininity. Ron Alexander says, thanks for the advice, Maggie. You're so welcome. But yes, I'm just a girl, so please seek out the men. Seek out the men. They can, the men can help, but seek out the men that you see something in that you admire. Don't just ask anybody. And that goes for all of us. All right, yes, good evening, everyone. All right, just clicking through here. Oh, yes, and Kevin Samuel's old content has advice. He's got a really good episode that says things your father should have taught you, something like that. I want to do like, I got some thoughts about that. Yes, salute everyone. Oh, okay, sorry, Uncle Stu. If you want to put your email in the chat, Ron is still here. Oh, what does identity withheld? This mask is killing me. How do you handle being so against mainstream by dominating the femininity in being a woman? I'm not sure if I understand. How do I handle being so against mainstream by dominating? I don't think I dominate anything. If I understand your question well, a lot of it comes with age and maturity. So when I say I'm old, for me it's like, I've lived life. We should act our age. And I've said this often at 47, been married, been divorced, had kids, worked corporate, just so much life experience. So it's almost like you can't really argue with someone's personal experience. It's not like you can't tell me anything, but I've got my own life to reference. So that's why I'm sharing from my experience. Everybody has their own. But at the end of the day, I know having like people pleasing tendencies, got me in a lot of trouble where I would smile and be like, everything's okay, everything's okay. And it wasn't. And so I went through a lot. And then I just realized, I'm going to be honest with myself. If I like something, I'm going to say it. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. It's not the end of the world. And if somebody doesn't like it, okay, go find what you like. It really doesn't bother me. And I don't mean to be flippant about it, but I don't know, y'all. I just got to protect my peace. I don't know. Again, I'm just old. If you caught, 27-year-old Maggie, I might have cared more, but now I just don't. There are some things that I am very, very serious about. The rest of it. So hopefully I answered your question. Oh, yes. Ron Alexander says you refer to his old content. Kevin's content was incredible. Still is. The late, great Kevin Samuels. I still watch some of his old stuff. I love it. Okay. Identity withheld says I'm 100% remote. Me too from STEM. Me too, corporate. It's amazing to see my child grow. You retired your wife to raise the family, and you're doing all that you can to keep the ship afloat. Well, thank you so much. We love the men that protect and provide. And yes, fellow tech girl here. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, thank you for the support out here, trucking. Hello, Linda, with the love notes. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Thank you for the hearts. Look at this. Lil Bean Layer says, question, do you have a husband? No. Do you have a wife? No. Are you a lesbian? No. Happy now? Yes, thank you for the support, everyone. Oh my gosh, y'all are funny. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Uncle Stu. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. You all, please check out Uncle Stu's channel. He is an elder in the community as well. Yes. All right, let's see. I'm just going through and clicking. What does Saray say? Thank you so much. I'm a late bloomer as well. Absolutely. Shout out to the late bloomers. After 12 years of marriage, I'm learning how to be feminine. I'm thankful for my husband's patience. Yes. And I'll talk about this a little bit. I'll share a little bit with you all. I always say why, I've been on this etiquette and elegance and femininity journey for my own personal reasons. And part of my personal reasons, my guy, is on the VP track. And I'm just like, oh, wow. When he told me about his ambitions, in support of him, I just wanted to make sure that like I say, always represent myself well and represent you all well. And I knew he was going to move in circles with women that were more refined. And I wanted to be the best version of myself. So I sought out and invested in courses. I've taken Anna Bay's signature course, Emma DuPont's signature course, Woman of Elegance, conversation courses, style. I hired a stylist, international etiquette. I kind of nerd out in it because I enjoy it, but it's always a journey. You can get better. And I'll tell you this, men do recognize, and they appreciate it. I remember once I started taking my classes and we went out and just my conversation skills were better and I was just softer in my gestures. I used to kind of slam stuff down. I didn't know what I was doing. He's like, wow, babe, look at you. And I said, yes, I'm trying, this stuff. And men really appreciate the effort. So whether you've been together a while or you're just doing it for yourself or it's new, I encourage you to continue. Thank you so much, Saray. Whitney wants to email me personally. Yes, Maggie, the substitute teacher at gmail.com. If you're shy, that's fine. No problem. Or you can book a session. I do have links in the description. But if you want to email me, Maggie, the substitute teacher at gmail.com. Yes, and my Elegance Club, the free Patreon, $1 is the lowest price they'll let me make it, but you all can get a lot of content and I post there every day. So you can send your daughters, send your sisters, and we'll build out the Patreon and I'll eventually have like a community where maybe these lives will be smaller in the Patreon where you all can ask questions if you want to. Yes, protect your peace. Exactly. Oh, I'm old. No, the kids haven't broke me yet. I'm still here. Marie asks, are women with quick wit considered masculine? I don't think so. Quick wit to me is you're fast on your feet. I'm usually not. Quick wit means you have like a response that's a little cheeky or a little bit like, I don't know how to describe it, but I wouldn't say masculine. Where it could become masculine is if it's like competitive with a man. But let me see if I can give you an example. I don't know, like if my guy said something like, what's for dinner? And I said, whatever you want, to me, you can make it playful. You can make it feminine. You could make it sassy. He could say, what's for dinner? And I could say, I don't know. What are you cooking? So it could go either way. But I think men do appreciate, a woman with a brain and a woman who, if they want to talk, they can talk to. But no, I wouldn't say that it's masculine, just how you use it. Yes, thank you all for the support. Oh, yeah, love the questions. Hey, I said ask me anything. Whitney says, I will ask this. How do I stay feminine if I'm the one working and my man doesn't? Oh, shucks. This is a tough one. So your man isn't working at all. Is there a reason why he's not working? Have you all traded roles, meaning he's at home with the family and you're the breadwinner? I can relate to that. That's what happened to me. But it's hard because one of the things I learned, and I learned the hard way, I have to respect my man. I have to. Now, there are some women, I have worked with several women in corporate that were the breadwinner, and for whatever reason, their husband was the support system, and it works for them. I just know me personally, that's going to be tough. But if you're the go-getter, if you're the one whose income supports the family, then you all just have to agree on this is what happens outside. And then when you come home and you're in the sanctity of your own marriage, kind of changing that so that he can be the man at home. I don't know. That's a really tough one. I really want to see if I can offer help. I don't know if your man doesn't work at all and what is the reason for him not working. If he's disabled, of course, you're married for sickness and in health, then that's on you. If he's the stay-at-home dad, then, he's taking care of the kids while you're working, but you're going to have to find ways that you can see the man in him and he can feel like a man, because I'm not a man, but I've understand that men like to feel like men. So if it's not working, it's got to be something. But yeah, hopefully that helped. But that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Um, let's see. Okay, we dropped Uncle Stu's link. There's the Elegance Club on Patreon. Out Here Trucking says, what is your advice to women who say, I don't need a man? Okay, enjoy your life alone. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. But I think when women say, I don't need a man, hopefully what they mean is, I can operate independently as an adult, which is different from needing a man in a relationship. I need a man. Y'all, I can't figure out what I want on a menu. I can be indecisive. I'm soft. I have no muscles. I told you, memory foam Maggie. So I need a man. I think when women say that, and I'm not a doctor, but there's a reason why it's almost like they want to push something away so they don't get hurt or hurt again. But I think it's normal and it's natural to want to be with someone. But yes, if they absolutely mean I don't need a man, and I know some people, well, someone who's like, what do they call it, asexual or whatever, like she kind of like does this. I know two people that are like, if you even get close to give them a hug, like even another woman giving them a hug, they're like, so if that's the case, okay. But men want to be needed, and I think we do need them. I think we need each other. So if she says I don't need a man, find a woman that does need a man, because there's plenty of us out here. Hope that helps. Rita Reflects says, are there any books that have assisted you on your journey? I have a confession to make, y'all. I was going to say, I can't read. No, of course I can read. I'm not an avid reader. I'm more of like an audio book because I do a lot. So sitting down to read, my mom reads voraciously. She loves sitting down with a book. You'll catch me with these and listening. So what's the last book I've listened to on my journey? Not in the way that you all would think, but I really enjoyed Michelle Obama's book Becoming, because we all knew her as the first lady, right? Well, and this is not political. I don't even get into that, but we saw her as kind of like a But a lot of times when we meet people at this phase in life, in their 40s or beyond, they've been through some things. And I really love the stories of her childhood, learning how to play piano on that little crooked piano, being bused across town to the school, growing up with a blue collar mom and dad who just didn't have much, but they had each other. Like, it really reminded me of my life. And just, people see me now and they're like, oh, Maggie, how do you do it all? I'm a simple, small town girl. Y'all have seen my mom. You've seen these crazy kids. And it just made her very relatable. So for me, it was just really like a shot in the arm and a little bit of confidence. Like, you know what? Be yourself. Everybody's got a story. And that one helped me. So not in the sense of, oh, yeah, I'm doing anything fancy, but I really love that one. Hope that helps. Y'all like the questions? Y'all are enjoying this? Who do we have? Marisha, thank you for being here. Look at the puppy's cute. Y'all have the same hair. And I'm not an animal lover. That's a compliment. All right. Whitney says, no, he quit his job and he's been looking. He wants more money. I'm trying to let him do his thing, but oof. Okay. So it's not that he doesn't work. He's just not working right now. Well, here's the thing, y'all. I wouldn't encourage you to quit your job and look for another job. Especially as a man, but even as an adult, and this is one of the things I'm going to teach the boys. Marcus is going to have his first summer job this summer, whether he wants to or not. When you're an adult and you have responsibilities, there are just some things you do because you have to do. Now, I'm comfortable, working from home, but have I always loved the job that I've had? No. Have I, wanted more money? Yes. But you got to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time, meaning whether that's going to school at night. I don't lead with my degrees, but I do have an MBA. And I'm only saying that because I worked full time And I did this, got married and then went to graduate school. Problem. So I was gone a lot. Well, not a lot, but I went to school at night after working during the day. And so my point is that I wanted to move into technology because the money is in technology. I'm not going to lie. The money is in STEM jobs. It's six-figure jobs everywhere, especially here in Atlanta. Yes, never quit without having one in the bag, especially when you have a wife. And I don't know if you all have children. So to me, that's a little bit short-sighted because it's like I'm not happy. But when you know you're not happy, like I had a job, but I didn't love it. So I wanted to move into technology, but I didn't have technology experience. So I needed to go back to school. So I worked during the day in the job that I did not like. And I went to school for 2 years. And then after I got my MBA, which is in technology, I have a concentration in technology management. Then I was able to transition and do baby steps in a career. First the lateral move, and then the promotion started coming. So, for your hubby and for anyone else, y'all, we are adults now. We don't have the luxury of, I'm not happy, so I'm just going to do what I want. No. And that's a reason why, like, I was in a stream earlier today cooking, and someone from the UK was glad I finally got you at this time. Your other streams are too late for me. And I was like, well, thank you for the feedback. However, I work. So during the week, you're going to catch my streams in the evening or you catch them on the replay. It's just my responsibility. Now, one day I won't have a 9 to 5, but until then, I got a mortgage. So that's what we do. What is Arctic said? These youngsters don't be caring. I've seen them walk off the job in the middle of the day. Oh no, don't let the left hand see what the right hand is doing. Yeah. You got to be able to do both. So hopefully that helps, Whitney. Out here, Truckin says a man must work. What do the old folks say? Don't work, don't eat. I even do that now. If there are any adults in the house, I serve the working people before I serve the boys, and they're my children, but I show them, you got to earn this. It's not going to be given to you. You got to earn it. So, yeah, Mona says, great advice. Thank you. Mona says, 100%. I need my man. I need mine too. What did I call him about? The filter. There was a light on in the refrigerator. The Bible says, don't work, don't eat, right? I opened up the fridge that he bought, and it said filter. And I was like, it says filter. I don't know how to get it out. I don't even know where it is. He's like, all right, I'll take care of it. He came over, opened the fridge, unscrewed something, I don't know, measured it, took a picture. Y'all, I don't know. And I don't want to know. I just make the snacks. When I go to the water dispenser, I want the water to come out. That's all I know. Sorry, y'all. I'm a girl. Whitney says he does bring money home. Oh, wow, Whitney. Okay. He does bring money home. I'm just the one with the job at this time. Once he finds work, I'll either go part-time or quit. Yeah. So Whitney, I mean, ultimately, you and your hubby have to get on the same page. And look, this is life, right? Sometimes, my guy, like when you work in technology, you're going to go through layoffs. It's just what it is. Sometimes I've been working and he hasn't. Sometimes he's been working and I haven't. But I will tell you this, as women, and this is something that I learned the hard way, because I always made more in my marriage, and there's nothing wrong with that. You figure it out as a family. But as we get older, we do start to slow down. And, a lot of times, circle back to out here trucking, I don't need a man. Okay, I am 47. I'll be 48 later this year. Every woman that I know in my age range is looking for some way to set this down. You probably get a good 10, 20 years out of a woman, have 2 kids or whatever. You don't want that commute. You don't want that stress. You don't want any of that. So I don't know how old you are, sweetheart, but you look relatively young from the picture. So he should be leading, in my opinion. Even if he's not there yet, he should have a plan. Because that's one thing I ask my guy all the time. I started asking the boys, what's the plan? I don't have a plan, Mom. Well, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do unless you know I'm going to do this, unless you can communicate what the plan is. But yeah, so if he is fine with you holding it down, and then once he starts working, you're going to quit or go part-time, absolutely. You're just kind of holding it together temporarily, but just make sure you are connected and it only matters to you and your husband. Doesn't matter what anybody else says, okay? Because you all got to live with y'all. Hello, Big Don. Oh, we got questions for the questions. Does he have potential and drive or is he complacent? Look, I'm just here to help. Whitney says, I agree. Miss Strong says, I'm not a big reader either. Yes, y'all. Thank you for the pledge. I just got someone who joined the Patreon. Thank you. You know who you are. If you want me to shout you out, I will. Yeah, I'm just not a big reader. Like, of course I can read, but for me, I'm usually listening to music. Probably a better question for me is maybe what podcasts or, a lot of the courses that I've taken, they're self-study. They're all, online. So I can listen to the work and then do the assignment. So that's kind of the stuff I don't read. Sorry. Me too, Mona. We need our men, right? Yeah, Whitney, it's fine as long as you have a plan. It's temporary, short term. Yeah, y'all can chime in here. I don't know everything. I just thought I'd open this up and we can ask questions or y'all can ask me questions. Hello, Mr. BX. Hello, everyone. Tracy says, thank you for all you do. You're welcome, sweetheart. Hope you like those pancakes today. I did. Rita reflects it helps. Okay, wonderful. Hot Streak says, will you host meet and greet events in the future with the Wives Club? I have to ask the wives. I'm sure they would love to. We are all in different, we are all in different cities, but we did meet up at the Lead Attorneys event in San Diego. We're still relatively small. Let me do a subscriber check. Hold up, y'all. We're coming up on 1,000 subscribers. I've been watching it. Let's see. Did we make it? 993. If anybody wants to subscribe to the Wives Club, we need 1,000 to get monetized. Well, to get eligible for monetization. So I always say this, set it up and let me know. But yeah, let me know what you have in mind. I'll take the ideas. We hadn't planned anything yet, but I'm open to it. Yes, everybody's trying to hang in there. Zentiful, thank you so much for being here. I was thinking about you the other day. I hope you're doing well. I need to come in there. I need to come see you. Hello, Blackeen. All right, if y'all want to ask questions, we're on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just going through, or I can scroll back on IG if I missed any questions. Ask me anything. I got a cooking channel. I take etiquette classes. I have a relationship podcast. And the plot thickens. Y'all, Whitney says, I told him the same thing, but he quit anyway. So he does agree that he shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, well, lesson learned. I don't know how old your husband is, but yes. And, this is where an older man or a mentor would be like, son, all right, let's think about that. And not only for the income. Yes, you want to have income to pay your bills, but dare I say, the reason you're asking me about it is because it didn't sit well with you. And I think it goes both ways, men and women. When you're in relationship with someone, you do want to be considerate about how what you do affects them. And that would be a little bit of a step back for me, because then as a woman, we want to trust and we want to know, hey, when the chips are down, you're going to carry this burden and you're not just going to say, I'm not happy. So not now, but in a loving way, when he gets back on his feet, just make sure you all talk about that and, ask him first, is this a good time to let you know kind of what I've been thinking about, and let him know how it made you feel, not rambling on, but just, hey, it made me a little bit anxious when you did that. I want to know that I can count on you and that I can trust you. But what I would say, I would expect a man to have already thought about that before he made the decision to walk away from a job when he has a wife. All right, y'all, we're getting deep. All right, everybody's doing good. Y'all relaxing? Y'all having a good time? All right, let me take a sip of sparkling water. Who do we have here? Okay, Tata. Oh, I love it. She says, hello, Maggie. Regards from Japan. Hello, sweetheart. I'm listening to you like an audiobook. Okay. So y'all like this? I know there's like a podcast feature on YouTube, so maybe I'll turn this into a podcast. I don't know. I just figured I would try this because usually when y'all ask me questions, I'm distracted doing multiple things. So, yeah, if y'all like this, we can do it more often. Thank you for being here from Japan. I would love to come to Japan. The closest I've been is Australia, but Asia is on my list. Whitney says, welcome to the Whitney Show. Hello, goddess. But thank you. No, this is helpful, y'all. And I don't mind it at all because there is another young woman who is dealing with what you're dealing with. Let me put some lotion on because I'm ashy. What does Whitney say? I agree, Maggie. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sweetheart. I love my man. He made a mistake, and we're going to come up from that for sure. Just a little tough now. You know what? I love it. That's what I'm talking about. If you got a good one, you hold on to that man and you let him know how important he is to you, how much you believe in him. And it's wonderful and huge that he has said, okay, I didn't do that the right way, which gives me so much faith that the next time around he'll think differently. So happy for you, Whitney. Thank you for asking. Proud of you, sweetheart. All right, Marie says, how can an older woman with a healthy view of men, how can an older woman with a healthy view of men but chooses to be single help advise a young lady? You talking about me? I'm the older woman with a healthy view of men, but I'm not married. I am divorced, so I have been married. Loved being married. Would absolutely marry again, but there are children involved. So if you all can make the big, beautiful blended family work, go for it. But we decided to raise the kids separately, and then who knows? We'll see in my golden years. How can an older woman with a healthy view of men, but why is she choosing to be single? If she has a healthy view of men, why is she choosing to be single? I don't understand that. I'm not trying to be funny. Why would someone choose to be single? The only reason is like maybe you have a job that you travel a lot. Like there's got to be a reason why now is not a good time for you to be in a relationship. But if you're healthy and you think good things about men, why wouldn't you want one for yourself? But to answer your question, she can help advise a young lady first if the young lady asks. I don't put anything on anybody who's not asking. I'm struggling with this one, but I'll answer it in this way. I've had several bosses in corporate, and I've had some that were married, but they opted not to have children because they wanted to climb the corporate ladder, and they did very, very well, but they knew they couldn't do both. And so they could advise a younger lady by saying, hey, you're going to have to choose. We can have a lot, but we can't have it all at the same time. Y'all see me here because the boys are in high school. You see them come through, they're as big as me. But there was a time when they were smaller and I had to be, full-time mom. And I'm still mom, but y'all know how teenagers are. So I guess she could encourage her to choose wisely because as women, we don't have the balance of time. Hello, Wave. Hello, E-Gray. Hopefully I answered that well. Uh-oh, Mona says, man, don't work, don't eat. Well, hello, Delisha. Erin Laura says, I don't want to know. I just make the snack. Oh, did I say that? Y'all, it could be anything over here. Good evening, everyone. All right, let's see. Whitney says, I'm nice and ripe. She's 33. Y'all, I do consults, which means women who want to talk to me one-on-one will, book a session or, reach out to me. All of them are 33. There's something about this 33 age. It's like you're young enough to be coachable, but old enough to say, hey, I don't like how some things are going. I want to change it. So yes, 33. I don't know if you have children, but I'm happy that you're married and you got a good man. Oh, Want to Be Natural says, wow, nice lives. Oh, my live streams. Oh, Whitney says a meet and greet would be dope. I did one for Maggie, the substitute teacher. We've done virtual ones. Yeah, y'all let me know. Set it up. Richard is here with the watching eyes. It's been a while since we've seen you, Richard. Oh yes, y'all can check out the Wives Club. We had an episode last night. Mona's got the watching eyes. What are we watching? What is Whitney looking at? Y'all, I'm behind. Are we at 994? The Wives Club. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let's see. Are we gonna hit 1,000 in this stream? We're at 996. Queensboard. Y'all, I was hoping for this last night. Oh my gosh. If you want happy mail from Maggie, if you are the 1,000, take a screenshot at 999 and then take a screenshot at 1,000. But how do I know that's you? Honor system. And I'll send you some happy mail. Zentiful Beauty, what is the Wives Club? Okay. So, another thing that I used to keep separate, but y'all, I'm old and everything is blending together. So, I feel like I'm doing my intro. In 2021, I booked a session with the late, great Kevin Samuels. He was a YouTuber who he has since passed on, but he had a YouTube and Instagram channel where he talked about relationship issues in the way that only Kevin could. But I have to say, you all, when you had the opportunity to talk to him one-on-one, he was so gracious. He just had to get our attention because, looks like a lot of us have lost our way. But one of the things that he used to say is, where are the older women to teach the young? I'm a man. I can't do this. The women would always be like, oh, well, you don't understand this and that. And so when he would say that, it would always like convict me, y'all, because I'm a boy mom. I gave my ex-husband 2 sons, so I don't have daughters, and I have 1 brother, so no daughters, no sisters. So I don't have anybody to kind of say, this is how a lady or a woman who wants to be married should carry herself. So I didn't have it, so I created it. I asked his permission, and I started this community. It was a private community in his Patreon, and it started with just me, and then we grew, but we were behind the walls for a long time because he was quite polarizing. But this year, after the lead attorney meetup in San Diego, we decided to bring the Wives Club out of the shadows. And now we stream once a week on YouTube and Facebook. We are on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter as well. Hello, everyone, on TikTok. But we have different topics. Yesterday was recognizing masculine behavior in women, and just a lot of things that honestly mothers should be teaching their daughters, but for various reasons, a lot of our younger women aren't getting it. I had a very traditional upbringing. Y'all have seen my mom, so I want to help in any way that I can. So it's open to anyone currently married, formerly married, or want to be married in the future. If you have a marriage mindset, you are welcome. Yep. But we do it from a lady's perspective, so it's a lot softer. Out here trucking. Oh, I think I know what we're talking about. We're at 996, y'all. I'm going to keep refreshing. I'm going to keep refreshing the channel. Oh my God, we're at 999. I got the screenshot. We're at 999. Where are my girls? No. Okay, I'm going to explain why I'm so excited in just a minute, y'all. This is so lame. I gotta tell the girls. Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, everyone. Sorry. Okay, let me explain my outburst, then we're going to get to the questions. Sorry, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, In order to get monetized on YouTube, and monetized means you earn income, there are 4 requirements. 2 are easy, 2 are hard. And I put all this in my course. And yes, I do have a course. You can preview it for free. It's called Guide to YouTube Monetization. We're coming back to the questions, y'all, but this was a huge, huge deal. The link is in the description. In order to earn income from YouTube, there's 4 criteria. One of which is you have to have 1,000 subscribers. And we were in the like 960 range yesterday. And I was hoping to get 1,000 while all 4 of us were on. Whoever you are, thank you, thank you, thank you. Inbox me and let me know. I'd love to send you a little thank you. We still got a ways to go, but you have to grow your audience, and we've grown it organically. So that is the Wives Club. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Saray says, what is the name of your podcast? It's the Wives Club. Here's the link. Mona just put it in there. You can find, it's either KS The Wives Club or The Wives Club. We have lots of episodes, you all. We've been doing this since 2021. So we're recent on YouTube, but we've got a catalog of over 70 videos. And what we would do every week, Kevin used to go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube, and then Tuesday and Thursday on Instagram. And people would call in, and sometimes it would go left, but we would watch his shows during the week. And then oh, y'all, sorry. I was like, what the heck is going on? Oh my gosh, y'all, I see it coming in. So we would watch, just the 4 of us privately in the Patreon. We would watch the shows during the week, and we would take notes just for our own. I was never in the chat. I don't want the smoke, right? Hello, Hendrix. And so the 4 ladies and I, we would get together and we would say, do y'all remember that episode where that lady called in and she had this going on and that going on? I saw myself in her. Oh my gosh, is that what I look like? Is that what I sound like when I'm cutting people off? Am I that argumentative? So we would kind of use it as a way to get better for ourselves and kind of talk amongst ourselves. Some of us are married. Some of us have been married. Some of us want to be married, but we really wanted to like move as wives differently. So we used it kind of like a lesson plan. And even though he's passed on, he has so much content for us to learn from. But yes, y'all are still talking. 4 more subs to go. We made it, y'all. So thank you. But yeah, you can check out the course. It's $50. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Oh, sorry, y'all. But yeah, we talked about that. The 1,000 subscribers. And so that's a huge milestone. So I was able to do it with you all live. All right, let's wind this down. Unless y'all want to keep going, I will. Out here, Chucking says it's selfish unless he has savings. Uh-oh. Whitney, they feel strongly. Mona says, this is great. Y'all like the Q&A? Okay. This is good for me to be able to sit down and talk to y'all, because when I'm cooking, and I cook every day, I'll be cooking tomorrow. Sometimes I miss stuff. Or when I'm doing the Wives Club and I'm trying to manage everything, sometimes I miss stuff. So I'm glad. Whitney says, very selfish, but yes, he definitely had and still has savings. There you go, Whitney. Stand by your man. You got a good one. Hello, Ken Rock. If I do a podcast, if you do a podcast, I'd listen. Okay, I need to look into it. Y'all know AV. She's going to teach me how to do it. I think there's a way to just we can turn this into a podcast, right? Because there's nothing for you to see, just my big head. But yeah, I think there's a way you can strip the audio from the video and make it. But yeah, if y'all want to do a podcast, we'll turn it into a podcast. Rita says, amazing mindset. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Hendrik says, do you have any tips on addressing a disagreement in a feminine way? Absolutely. We got to be able to have conflict without being disagreeable. So one thing that I do is I never have an emotional response. I'm a woman. I'm emotional. Absolutely. I swing from the left to the right. But if I need to cry, I'll go cry privately. If I need to be mad, I will be mad and stay away until I'm ready to have this type of conversation. And I will tell my guy, I'm going to need a day, or I can talk about this tonight, or I can't talk right now. You have to be able to communicate that. It's okay to take some time until you're ready to communicate in a healthy way. And then just say, what it is. I don't like eating dinner alone. I really would love for you to be home at dinner. Is that something that you can do? You can't just suffer in silence, but you also can't go on the attack. Um, but you can also, I try to come with understanding and offer if there's something that I can do. Okay, maybe I can eat something light if you need to come home late. I really would like to have dinner with you, so I'll have a light snack, and then we'll eat at 8 or 9 p.m. But try to offer something to the conversation, but just being mad and having to have the last word, it's a moment that you kind of have that, okay, I told them, but then what? And for me, I prioritize relationships. Relationships are important to me. And we talked about this before, when you argue, when you raise your voice, God forbid you get physical, all of that is masculine. So do the opposite of that. And also ask first, is this a good time to talk? Don't just assume he's ready because you're ready. Hopefully that helps. Whitney, Luke Hazley says, Whitney, that's how it's done. My parents have gone through so much in their 57 years. I don't have a soundboard, y'all. I got nothing. 57 years of marriage, and those mistakes create stronger bonds when dealt together. Yes, Whitney, I'm proud of you. Good for you, sweetheart. Oh, Marie says, you're the old lady. Oh, so Marie is single by choice because of your job, I assume? You absolutely. Y'all, when we think about it, I don't think it's rocket science. If you think about, if we get away from this modern culture and we just think about any, hello, Grind. If we think about any culture, Latin culture, African culture, Asian culture, European culture, how were lessons passed down? The older men taught the younger men, right? They took them out to hunt or whatever men do. I don't know. The older women taught the younger women. There was so much that my mom taught me by not saying anything, but just doing everything. And I've shared with you all. I mean, my mom still makes my dad's plate. I just grew up seeing that. So I thought it was normal. So when I go out in the world and women are like, I'm not fixing a plate, he can do his own. I'm like, I'm waiting for my mom to swoop in. So, yes, absolutely. Even if you're not married, you can give advice. Even if you're single, you can give advice about choices and trade offs. Shout out to the Godfather. Even if you don't have children, I mean, you don't have the experience, but I think you have a voice. I would just say, I wouldn't give it unsolicited. I would ask, you know, I might be able to help you, or this reminds me of a time, this reminds me of something that I did. Would you like to hear about it? That's the only thing, because when you tell people without them, don't want to do that. When you tell people without their consent, then they shut you down. That's why I'm like, y'all can ask me, or you ain't got to be here. There's lots of other stuff going on. Miss Strong says companionship is very important to me. I can't be single forever. Exactly. We're not trying to be single forever. And even those of us that are older, like I know I'm past having children and all of that, but I still have a lot of love to give. And I still think that I can be a feminine asset to a man's masculine brand. And that's what I work on. Absolutely. Okay, Tata, I love that. She says, I really like your voice. Thank you, sweetheart. I like the things you're talking about. Okay, she says, I'm a Russian housewife of a Japanese man. Love it. Never been to Russia, never been to Japan. I'm on my way. We are married for 11 years and have 2 sons. Shout out to the boy moms. For many years, I was feeling bad for not working. You do work. Raising a family, you absolutely work. You create a warm and welcoming home for your husband. You are Russian. You left your home country to come to where he is. You are giving him a legacy. You are teaching his children. You are working every single day. Do not do not sell yourself short. No, absolutely. You are the bedrock of what is important. And this is coming from someone who has a lot of accolades on paper. My proudest moments are being a boy mom. Absolutely. Absolutely. You do work. Zentiful Beauty says, I feel like being a traditional wife is great for some. I also feel like the world is different, so our roles have changed a bit. Absolutely. It's not for everybody, 100%. I'm never going to say this is how it should be. I'm just saying what I do. Absolutely. There's so many different types of marriages, so many different types of relationships, so many different types of arrangements. Please do what is best for you. 100%. Whitney says, Maggie, girl, we need help. I'm trying, y'all. But you're getting help from the chat too. I love it. I love it. Stella says, Miss Maggie, where do you shop for nice dresses at reasonable prices? Amazon. Y'all like those 1950s like polka dot dresses I have? They're like $35. So what I'll do, even some Walmart dresses, Target, Old Navy. I don't spend a lot of money on clothes. This is Old Navy. It's a little bodysuit. What I do with Amazon is I will buy one dress. Like I'll look at the reviews, and especially some of the ones that are Asian, you might have to go up a size because we're big or they're small. I don't know. But I'll buy one and I'll try it on and see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I'll send it back. But if I like it and it's flattering, I'll buy multiples. And I've learned this. I'm not stylish. I had to hire a stylist. But also in etiquette and elegance class, they talk about something called creating a capsule wardrobe, which means learning your body type. I've had to learn. I'm fuller up top and skinny legs. So I've had to learn how to dress for my body type and the type of clothes that look good on me and the type of clothes that don't. And so once you find that out, it's hard to get to that point. Had to try a lot of stuff, but once you find what works for you, it's almost like building a uniform of the clothes. Men do this all the time with suits and whatnot, but you want to build a uniform so that you're instantly put together. I'm always try to be representable. So simple for me, simple hair, simple makeup, that I can just be, I call it from the carpool to the kitchen. But yeah, I love a good Amazon dress, Old Navy, Target, anywhere. I hope that helps. Delisha says, last night was a good time. Hope you mean the Wives Club. Bad Maggie. Whitney, you have two boys? Whitney's a boy mom too. Okay. All right. Well, you and your hubby are on track. So he knows what to do and what not to do because he's got a family of 4. But I can understand. Believe me. Prayer Warrior. Hello. My first time seeing you here. Says, hey, Maggie and everyone. Happy to be here. I'm happy you are here. I'm 31 and divorced, wanting to understand how much is too much regarding sharing details of past relationships. So are you talking about when you're dating, how much to share about your past? I'm assuming that. Well, if you're divorced, you're divorced. So that is a relationship status in and of itself. And I used to feel a lot of shame about that. But my guy actually tells me, especially at my age, having been divorced, actually says that you tried to do it the right way. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. But to a man who might want to get married later in life, at least you know what it is to be a wife, and it's less of a learning curve from my guy. As far as sharing details, if you're dating, you want to get to know the other person. I mean, if someone asks me a question, I usually answer, but I wouldn't share too much until we're in a relationship and it matters. So if you're just dating out here, I think just saying, I'm divorced. If you have children with your ex-husband and there's like a parenting plan or whatever, you might want to give the basics around the days that you're free or the days that the boys are at their dad's once you're in a relationship. But I wouldn't share the messy details. I think we do that too much. I got caught up in that a little bit. But it's not helpful just to relive. It is what it is. If the marriage is over, now you have your life and make the most of it. So hopefully that helps. Prayer War says, thank you, Maggie, for doing this. Y'all like this? Okay, we'll do it again. Erin Laura says, 33 sounding like that magic number 7. When she said she was 33 and what's it called? Ripe? Oh, y'all, I'm behind. We made it. We're at $9.99. We got our 1,000. Erin Laura is looking. Okay, Tata says, I felt bad because I looked at I was looked down on by the other female friends who worked and were wives and mothers. I felt guilty for not supporting financially, but I've changed my mind thanks to women like me. Let me tell you something. And I am a working mom. That's part of the I can't say it's a mistake. But when you go get these big jobs, these big breadwinner 6-figure jobs, you kind of put yourself in a position where you have to keep bringing in the income. That's the mistake that I made. And then, you're fine in your 20s and 30s when you have all that gusto. And then 2 kids later, you want to kind of slow it down. And it's like, no, you got to keep going. And I'm like, but I'm tired. So if you know that's where you want to be, I say, just enjoy it. Here's the thing, if you're not bringing in income, you are still absolutely contributing to the family, but that just means you're going to have to adjust to the income that your husband provides. There are so many different resources. I still clip coupons and stuff like that, but don't let anybody get you down. I have been known to tell my boss my job is what I do. It is not who I am. So keep your head up, sweetheart. Mr. BX says, new subscriber to the Wives Club. Wow. Whitney says, OMG, Maggie, me too. No sisters, 1 brother, and 2 boys. The men are everywhere. They're taking over, right? Excuse me. Yeah, so absolutely. So this is why I do the girly stuff. Okay, yes, never feel husband. If your never feel bad. If your husband is satisfied, that is all that matters. Because, how can I say this delicately? All of the women that had something to say about me were corporate women, and they still have their corporate jobs, and that's all they have. Carry on. Hello, Janisha. 1,000. Y'all, we're reliving it. I'm so slow. Turn up. 1,000. Turn up. We got Trish. 10 pounds. Thank you for the pounds. She says, hey, Maggie, guess what? What, sweetie? I went and bought some focaccia bread, olives, bacon. What are bacon medallions? I need to look that up. I'll make them greedy. Bacon medallions, cherry tomatoes, and red onions to make mean sandwiches because of your streams with bravado from last week. Hello, Forever King. I am so happy that you did that. So Trish, are the sandwiches for you or are you feeding your man? But either way, that sounds incredible. Focaccia bread. What are bacon medallions? I want to know. What are bacon medallions? Does anybody know? But that sounds so good. But I'm so glad that inspired you. For anyone who missed, I had a series last week. The Real Bravado Network sponsored the whole week, and he is a brother who works overnight in a hospital, and he wanted me to come up with some easy meals to support working men on the go. So we did 5 episodes, and they're still up. You can check them out. And we did sandwiches, and Trish got inspired. So thank you for that. I need to put you in the ticker as a sponsor. Wait a second, y'all, I'm slow. Who is the stream sponsor so far? We had a Cash App. Thank you, Trish, for the 10 pounds. Out Here Trucking. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm slow. Let me get Out Here Trucking in here. Thank you for the support. Out Here Trucking. Oh, speaking of trucking, we are doing another series next week, Thursday and Friday. Out Here Trucking, $25. And the stream sponsor is the person who gives the biggest Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Facebook stars, Instagram reels, buy me a coffee. Y'all, we're about to give gold blooms over here. You can support in so many ways. There's the Cash App if you want to support, but just being here, I appreciate y'all so much. But yes, so next week, Thursday and Friday, someone else has reached out. They want to sponsor 2 days of meals for truckers. So I'm doing some research and I want to find some recipes that are easy for our brothers and sisters that are on the road, things that you could eat on the go, maybe with one hand, from the cooler, snacks. So that's going to be Thursday and Friday of next week. But I stream every day, so y'all will be able to keep up. But thank you, Trish. Hot Streak says, it's ironic. It came today instead of last night. I know. But I texted the ladies. They're all cheering me over the phone. I was hoping we would have it together. Yes, congratulations. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for being here, Linda Barrett. Whitney is dancing. Whoop, whoop. Absolutely. Congratulations. Yes. So we have fun. We stream for you every Friday, and this coming Friday is going to be intimacy, the do's and don'ts. I'm not ready, believe me. 1,000 for the Wives Club. Oh, thank you, everyone. It's a big deal. It's a really, really big deal because once you hit 1,000, it just grows from there. But it's just that moment. Hot Streak says it was a slow crawl to get to 1,000. Yes, absolutely. So we still have 4,000 watch hours, but we'll be here for y'all every week with the relationship content. Thank you for the congratulations. Yay, 1,000. You see it growing faster now? Yes, we have a community. Thank you. And the Wives Club is open to men, women, married, single, divorced, widow, anybody. If you have a marriage mindset, you are welcome there. We're just not for like having fun or casual anything, but if you really want to develop relationship muscles, it's about the older women teaching the young what we've done right and what we've done wrong. So congrats to the Wives Club. Thank you. Congrats 1,000. Oh, me for 5,000. Y'all, today was a big day. Hello, KOA country. I did. I crossed over 5,000 on my personal channel. It's a big deal. Y'all, my channel's a year old and I started with 32. So whoever you all are, I appreciate you because the boys are like, you? People want to watch you? Make us dinner? That's what I get from the kids. Yeah, 2 big milestones today. Congratulations, Maggie. Awesome. Hello, Geneva. Y'all, look who we have here. Friendsgiving, we got a new stream sponsor. Thank you for the $49.99. So incredibly generous. She says, yay for 1K. Hello. With the toy and the hand claps and the hearts and the prayer hands and the popping the bottles. Thank you. Friendsgiving sent me a beautiful email just encouraging me. I didn't think anybody was going to care, but y'all just keep coming here. And I love the community that we have. So let me put Friendsgiving in the ticker and we will wind this down. Y'all, this has been great. I've had so much fun. $50, Friendsgiving. She usually watches the replay because she's our night owl. Our night owl is up in the evening time. Giving, Friendsgiving. Thank you. $50. Thank you. So generous. I don't take it lightly. I did not find $50 laying around today. Excuse me. No, I don't do food videos on my Maggie the Substitute Teacher is my cooking channel. Food videos there. Teachable Moments with Maggie is my Etiquette and Elegance channel, and the Wives Club is my relationship channel. Zentaful says, how do you keep motivating your friends who are single and trying to find a man in this world and you're married? Well, I'm not married, but I am in a long-term relationship. But if that question is for me, how do you motivate your friends? If you want to be in a relationship, you have to be intentional about it. It's not going to fall in your lap. And one of the things I would do if you're single, I would surround myself with people who are in the type of relationship that you want to be. One, because they will encourage you and you'll see those behaviors modeled. I love my single girlfriends, but that's one of the things that the pandemic did for me, not being in the office for happy hour and talking and all that stuff. It's kept me happier away from that. It's good from time to time, but girls' trips and all of that, if it's not helping you get to where you want to be, you might want to step back from it for a while. And then also, they have the network. You can do what you want online, but if for whatever reason I became single again, I feel like I have enough of a network and I've lived enough of an example that people can know like the type of woman that I would be in a relationship. And so I would say, for whatever reason, I'm single again and I'm, open to relationship. I have a lot of love to give and would love to, be a support system to, a man on his purpose. So if you know of anyone, I'm available. I'd love, for you to make an introduction. That's what I would do. So that's what I would encourage, be intentional about where you spend your time and your network. Ah, yes. So thank you, Friendsgiving. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, so much is coming in, y'all. Hi. I was going to do this for an hour. Okay, thank you, Friendsgiving. Luke Hazley is laughing. I already forgot why. Miss Strong says that monetization journey is no joke. Oh, Zentable is married. You got married. Congratulations. I'm happy. Yes, be the example. We need more of that. Monetization journey is no joke. Every day I'm checking my watch hours. Congrats to the Wives Club. Yep, that's what's next for us. So you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which means you either need to have a lot of videos that people watch a little bit of, or you can have a few videos that people watch a lot of. I put all of that in my course. You all can preview it for free. Ah, yes. Thank you for sharing the Wise Club. Jules Pad. Oh, €5. Since you are from Ghana, you must know about jollof rice, of course. Ever thought about making sushi with jollof rice? Could you try it on your channel? I've never thought about it, and I did do a jollof rice episode with Mom. I've never thought about sushi. I'm not a big sushi person. I will eat it though. But the sushi rice is kind of like the sticky rice because you need it to like roll up and, be on itself. But sushi rice is it's white rice. It's kind of bland because don't you want to get the flavor from the fish? I guess you could, but jollof rice, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a spiced rice. It's got tomato and seasoning and meat if you're not vegetarian. And I'm just wondering if that would overpower the fish because fish is very mild. I could try it, but I never thought about that. We'll see. But thank you for the €5, €5. Luke Hazley says, create a playlist and place it in the podcast category. Yeah, I wonder, would that go to the watch hours? We're going to try and do a podcast for the wives as well. Thank you. Perry Huggins, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, how do you communicate with a woman that always focuses on everything around the issue instead of addressing the actual issue? You can't. You can't have a conversation with someone who's not ready to have an actual conversation. If they're deflecting, if they're saying, yeah, but, if it's always but, if they're always the victim, they're not ready to have a conversation. You're wasting your time. Hey, Ezra. So, conversations sometimes are tough, but they shouldn't be difficult all the time. And this is not a one-time thing. It says she always focuses on everything around the issue. The purpose of dating is to see if you are a match for marriage or long-term. So if she's already showing you in the dating stage that she can't have a conversation about any topic, what are you going to do when things are really hard? Health issues, financial issues. I mean, look at what Whitney went through. She's been able to talk to her husband and say, hey, don't do that next time. You got to be able to communicate. And I know communicate is one of those words, but you got to be able to say, I did not like that. And my guy tells me, he was like, I don't like that. Don't do that. Yes, sir. Okay. But yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster. I'm sorry. I wish there were another answer. I mean, you could try, going to therapy. You could try communication, classes, but it just sounds like she's avoiding the conversation. That's intentional. Thank you for the $5. Ms. Strong says, same, Maggie. I witnessed my grandmother interact with my grandfather, and I know that helped me a lot. Absolutely. We do what we are exposed to. We just think it's normal. So I think more nuclear families, traditional homes, it's just going to breed more of the same. Unfortunately, we're not there. So that's why we got to work extra hard. And this is where the older women can teach the young. Marie. Lisa, the housewife, coming through. Hello, everyone. She says, greetings. Yes, the part of the Wives Club. Erin Laura says, yes, good evening and congrats. Yes, everybody. Cognizance, it's been a while. Hello, my dear. She says, my mom, who is married over 60 years, always said, never let the sun go down on your wrath. Well, I understand that, and that's biblical, but I'll be honest with you all. Um, there are times when I need a day. Me and my guy joke about it. I have like this 24-hour cycle. Like if something happens and I have one of those, can you believe moments? And he'll be like, go ahead, take another lap around the mountain. That's what we call it. And I'll, or whatever. And then the next day, I'm ready to have, a more mindful conversation. So, but it's a pattern that I have. I always come back to center. I just need a little bit of time. But I understand that if there's something bothering you, but what I always do though is I say, I know this is an issue or I know this is a problem. I just can't talk about it right now. Let's try again tomorrow. So I don't play any games like cold shoulder or what's wrong. I'm fine. Like I don't do that. I go ahead and say like, look, I'm in a mood right now, or I'm feeling emotional right now. I'm a little sensitive right now. That was a little harsh. I at least say that much and then say when I can come up for air. Everybody saying hello to Lisa. Yes, we got our 1,000. Y'all, this is huge. 2 big milestones live. And I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. Hello, Doug. Doug says, Maggie, you're a treasure and a jewel. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. We're just doing an open Q&A. I want to wind it down. Yes, the Wives Club. Yes. Hello. Blue Medic says, I agree. A divorce simply means that you tried and it didn't work out. Divorce is tough, but you can get over it and begin again. Wonderful. I love that. Giving us hope. Aaron Laura says, Maggie, you said a lot of women you consult with are 33. Yes. Oh, it reminds me of KS callers all being a 7. Yeah. The women are 33. And Whitney's 33. A good age. Old enough to know better. Young enough to be coachable. B.M. McCrae says, thank you for this. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Whitney. Oh, Aaron Laura says, Whitney, boys sound difficult when they're young. Y'all. Lisa knows she babysat a little boy last night. I did not know. I wasn't ready. We think about these bouncing baby boys. I remember vividly, like, okay, boys, go upstairs, put your clothes in the hamper, get ready for bath. And I go upstairs and they're naked and they're slapping each other with the underwear and they're wrestling. Nobody's taking a bath. I'm like, are you homeless? Boys. I remember when they were little, like all the time. I was like, oh my goodness. Now I'm like, they'll be all right. Yeah, but boys are a lot when they're little, and then now they're teenagers and they're too cool for school. Y'all see them come through when the plates are ready. Mom, what you cooking? Yeah, girls can drive you bananas when they're older. I have heard the same. Delisha says bacon medallions are basically, the rasher of back bacon that has been heavily trimmed of all the fat, leaving just the eye of the loin. I know what you're talking about now. Yes, I made that lamb bacon mac and cheese TR was screaming about in London. In London, they call them rashers, like the streaky bacon, the way we use. The cropped bacon, thank you. Yes, thank you all for liking the live stream. We're getting towards the end. Bacon medallions are bacon with the trim fat. I learned something, y'all. I'm gonna have to look this up. Maybe I can find a recipe with bacon medallions. I feel so fancy saying that. Whitney says, Aaron, I can agree with the first part, but we low-key want a daughter. Yes, everyone knows with a daughter. No, everyone you know with a daughter says they're going crazy. Y'all, all these kids are crazy. They're all crazy. Crazy in the beginning, crazy in the end. But if you all want a daughter, yes. We had 2. We planned for both of them. We were married like 6 or 7 years before we had the kids, traveled and did all that, went back to school. And we had 2 boys back to back. And I asked my ex-husband at the time, I said, do you want to try for a girl? But we both come from families with 2 children. So 4 children family, 4, you know what I mean? Mom, dad. I have a brother, so daughter, brother, daughter, sister. I'm getting tired, y'all. Brother, sister, and he is mom, dad, brother. So 2 kids was normal for us. So he said, that's it. And we're done. But if he had wanted more, I'd have been a mom of 3. Yes, thank you all for the 1K. Oh, Whitney says, ooh, that's going to be another banger. Would love to know the do nots. Oh, the intimacy. Y'all, I'm not ready, but we're going to have fun with it. Lisa's giving it 5 stars. Thank you, Friendsgiving, for the heavy hands. Yes. Yes, everybody's giving smiles to Whitney. Khalees is in here looking with the watching eyes. Hello, my dear. Oh, yes, Khalees is here. Lisa says, you cannot motivate everyone, but you set a good example. Yes. So, the question on IG about how do you motivate, I don't know if we can motivate if they want you to, but people have to want it. They got to want it for themselves. If they don't, I am okay with that. Yes, everybody's saying hello. The course. My dad's friend is from Ghana, married to an Egyptian living in Malta. Sounding so exotic. I haven't seen him in years. You like the variety of contents. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Y'all like this. BM McCrae says that's good. Whitney says communication is major. Absolutely. 100%. Khalees says, same, Maggie. You don't like stuff lingering? Yeah, let's settle it and be done. Yes. Oh, slapping each other with the underwear. How old are your boys, Whitney? Mine are 13 and 15, and we have been through some things. I am just now on the other side of glory. Y'all, it was rough with the boys. Emergency rooms. I don't want to scare you. If you got baby boys, enjoy it. Yes, the underwear fight, the underwear slap fight. I'm telling y'all. And here's the thing, I used to think my boys were crazy. I used to think like, do I need to get them tested? What is wrong? But every time I would talk to a man. So let's close on this. Men are so valuable. I would go to work and I would be like, oh my gosh, I found poop in the hamper. And men would be like, oh yeah, that used to be me. Hence my viral clip. Men see themselves in younger men. And so that helped me, whether it was their dad or my guy or men that I knew, they helped me realize I'm not crazy. The boys are not crazy. This is normal. It is a phase. You will get through it. Lisa says, boys are a terror compared to my daughter. Okay, now, girl mom, you have a husband. I'm sure he went through some things too. So, yes, but boys are rough. They just are. They just are. So God bless you, y'all who have daughters, sugar and spice. I can't relate. I wish I could. I've been through some things. Luke Hazley says, my poor dad with us 4 girls had to do a lot of praying. Girls are incredibly difficult, especially when they're going through the teenage years. Yep. Mine just eat and want Wi-Fi. That's it. Moms play a huge part on the girls' emotional development. Yeah. It's hard, y'all. All of it's hard. Yeah, not the praying. Y'all are laughing. Okay, Tata says, I joined the Wise Club. You're cooking now and can't chat. Hands are full of meat. Okay, but I'm happy listening. Yeah, I think we're done. Oh, Whitney says your boys are 4 and 7. So, yeah, you are running behind them. Khalees is laughing. Whitney says, never witnessed an underwear fight, but they love jumping off the top of the bunk bed and I'm ready to pass out. I'm telling you, that was my life. If you haven't had, and you can't just have one boy, something about when boys are together, it's not double. It's like they feed off of each other. I cannot explain it. Only the boy moms understand. So God bless us all. Y'all, this was so much fun for me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I just wanted to do an hour open Q&A. Thank you all for helping the Wives Club get to 1,000. This is huge for us. Thank you for helping me get to 5,000 earlier today. Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. If you celebrate, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day, happy Passover, happy Ramadan, happy everything. I'm just happy that y'all are here. I will be cooking tomorrow. I'll do some chicken or a salad or something nice, but I do stream for you every day on my cooking channel. Aw, look who's here coming in to close us out. Big Real Bravado Network, big shout out to Maggie on her marathon streaming this week. Yes, we had someone, I don't know if it's still here, Real Bravado, but someone made a sandwich because of you. Trish said because of our streams this week, she made a focaccia sandwich. So thank you. Y'all please check out Real Bravado Network. Yes, happy Easter, happy everything. Have a wonderful night, Maggie, and you too, Whitney. And you can email me if you need to, or you can book a session or whatever you'd like. Glad this was helpful. Oh, she says I'll be sending that email. Thanks for the chat. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and dismiss. Let you have your evening. Thank you all so much for being here. We are winding down. So TikTok, thank you. I appreciate that. Class is dismissed. Let me End it. I'm new to TikTok, y'all. Swipe to close. Hold on. I'm old. How do you go? How do you end it? Did it end? Am I live? I don't know how to end it, y'all. Oh, okay, I don't know. Anyway, Instagram class is dismissed. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And yes, happy Easter. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thanks for the questions, y'all. We'll do this again at least once a week or, whatever y'all want to do. Happy Resurrection Sunday. Have a blessed and amazing day. Amen. Amen. See you all tomorrow. Class is dismissed.